Hello, exalted gamers, and welcome to Civilization. Yeah. So, a new Civilization game is coming out. Civilization Beyond Earth is coming out this October. I'm definitely pre-ordering that, and it's gonna be awesome. But I thought we might talk a little bit about the history of civilization, and also a little bit about what we're expecting. There's nobody watching this video. I'm just talking to the void. But so I'll talk a little bit about this, about what I'm expecting from the new Civ game. So. First off, let's get this game set up. So, I don't really have a particularly favorite person to play as. The first time I ever won a game in Civ 5 was as the Japanese, but I try not to play twice as the same person. Then I played as Haile Selassie. Alright, and then my most recent win was as Pachacuti, the Incans. Right, and Dan Road, right. I've logged over 85 hours on this game. I know that's nothing compared to some people, but still. Yeah, I think I won once as the Spanish. I think I won once as the Spanish. So yeah, I guess today let me think who to play as. I think I'll go with the how are they? Nebuchadnezzar. Receive free Great Scientist when you discover writing your Great Scientist 50% faster with a Bowman and the Walls of Babylon. Type continents, huge, Prince, normal difficulty, and standard pace. That way I could turn it up to quick. Could turn it up to quick. And we could probably beat it in 20 minutes, but I don't know. Yeah, let's start. And also,
ago, long did a god like Hammurabi, the giver of law, although Kron endured, emerging phoenix-like from its ashes of destruction and regaining its independence despite its many enemies. Truly was Babylon the center of arts and learning in the ancient world. O Nebuchadnezzar, your empire endured but a short time after your death, falling to the mighty Persians and then to the Greeks, until the great city was destroyed by 141 BC. But is Babylon indeed gone forever, great Nebuchadnezzar? Your people look to you to bring the empire back to life once more. Will you accept the challenge? Will you build a civilization to stand the test of time?
No, because this is Prince level, and damn it. Alright, because this is Prince level, and I almost never win on this level. So, got some sugar, we got a jungle, plenty of food. Marsh is not great. Plains.
This is a good place to found a city.
Shut up. How do I... Yeah, give me a minute while I figure out how to turn those guys off. Alright, I turned them off. That's okay. Yeah, I can play this game on my own. Okay, found city. Warrior. Let's have him explore a little bit. Yeah. First, I think we should talk about what we're kind of hoping to see from Civilization Beyond Earth. We want to see, well, what we really want to see is Alpha Centauri. we want to see how we're going to remake Alpha Centauri in the 21st century. Since Alpha Centauri was a great game, it had some interesting mechanics. I especially liked the customization options for your units. Like you could bend them to the units to your will. Kind of like Endless Space, where you could kind of customize the fleets that you make. So if they bring that back, that'll be nice. But I kind of doubt that they're gonna have that again. What thing? Mind worms. Do you think that there will be mind worms in the new Civ game? Personally, I hope that there will be mind worms in the new game, because, well, I guess it kind of depends on your point of view, because on the one hand, they're pretty cool, on the other hand, they gave me freaking nightmares. What? I was like 8 when I played that game. The unit equips itself with advanced ruins. Stuff found in the ruins. Cool, we got a spearman. That's nice. That is awesome. So yeah, the mine worms were really creepy, but they were also really cool, and they were kind of like the barbarians of Alpha Centauri. And that's another thing. The aliens. Will the aliens have their own like empires? Will it be just humans, and will the aliens be just like barbarians? Or will we actually get to interact with native alien species? It would be cool. What I'd really like to do is play as aliens. That would be awesome. That would be nice. That's what I want to do, personally. That's what I'm looking for. And one way or another. The Affinity looks cool, but I guess we'll have to wait and see how that actually affects the gameplay. Since I haven't seen much in the way of gameplay for the new game. Just a couple of E3 alpha gameplay vids. But yeah. Yeah, when I heard that they were making Alpha Centauri remake, I was like, hell yeah. Since I really liked to play Alpha Centauri as a kid, I wouldn't say that I was any good at it, but well, no, I won a few games, but I was really young and I played on easier difficulties. Played on easier difficulties, and well, I usually like to play as the science guy, but that's not important right now. What's important is what traits another thing is, what traits do you think they'll be taking from previous Civ games? Personally, I hope they take as much as possible from Civilization Call to Power, since that was the pinnacle of civilization, in my opinion. That was my Call to Power is my favorite Civilization game ever. And some of you may not have heard of it because it wasn't actually Firaxis. Activision bought the rights to do a Civ game, and they did pretty damn well. It was a pretty good game, and I really liked it. Very entertaining, and also another thing was that there was no time limit. The game did not just end at 2014 or 2012 or whenever.
After the arrow had been feathered with one of the eagle's own plumes, we often give our enemies the means of our own destruction.
that guy, the guy I was doing this, brings up one more interesting thing. The guy who does like the voicing for all the narration is as much a part of the game as anything else. And one big question, will they get Leonard Nimoy again? Because Leonard Nimoy did the narration voice lines for Civilization 4, and that was pretty cool, honestly. That was pretty nice having Leonard Nimoy do that. And or will they get someone popular? You kind of want to have a wizened, aged voice. That's really what you want to do for that. But yeah, Civilization is one of the few things that I can talk about with any real authority, because I've been playing it all my life. And I've probably got like thousands of hours playing Civ games. I haven't played as much Civ 5, but it's alright. Anyways.
Shall the clay say to him that passionately? What?
Trying to do something cool here. I'm trying something new. But I'm trying to actually talk to my viewers. The 6 of them that there are. Yeah. But yeah, Civilization Call to Power. I hope they take as much from that, like the eco bombs. And one nice thing from Civilization 5 is I really liked how they had the giant war robots from Civilization Call to Power. That was awesome. Yeah, those death machines that you get away at the end of the game, that was essentially the giant war machine mechs from Call to Power. And another thing, we know that this is kind of an Alpha Centauri reboot, but the question is, will it actually be Alpha Centauri? And I know some of you may think of this as just like a trivial matter, but still, well, because that makes it kind of the Civilization sequel. Because as you know, the primary way to win is to build a spaceship and send colonists to Alpha Centauri. So whether or not this is Alpha Centauri or not is up for debate. One thing cool that they could do, that they're not going to do it. They're definitely not going to do anything like this, I don't believe. So one nice thing they could do is make like a combination of Civilization and Endless Space, where you call you have to manage different enemies on different planets. You have a bunch, let me use this as an example. We've got this one game, and we've got this one city. We've got explorers, and we're building a monument, and we're doing research. Now, the research would affect everything, but then imagine us being able to zoom out, view the solar system that we're in, or the galaxy, or whatever, and go to another planet and look at a different city with different buildings and different enemies and allies and resources. And having to manage both of those while also having to manage your empire in space in the large view would be personally very interesting dynamic, and I would really like that. Of course, it might make the game a bit more complicated than one would like, but still, I'd like to see that. Yeah, it'd be nice to do something like that, in my opinion. Alright, so we've also how's the combat mechanism going to be working, since we already know that your various combat units will be determined by your affinity, but how they work will be determined by whether you use supremacy, harmony, or purity, I think. Did I get that right? Yeah, I think I got that right. But, how is the combat mechanism going to be any different? Well, that's the main thing, is will it be doing anything new with the combat mechanism? Another thing that we're all wondering, probably, is just how much the affinity will affect our gameplay, and how much it will help our various gameplay styles. How much it will do for that. Maybe it'll barely affect it at all. Maybe it'll shape how your very civilization works. Who knows? You just kind of have to wait and see on that. Unless you guys have seen some E3 alpha gameplay video and know a hell of a lot more than I do. Which is definitely possible, but still, I'm kind of waiting to see how much the affinity will affect us, and personally, and I think, based on just what I've heard about how it works, like either bending the planet to become more like Earth, bending yourselves to become more like the planet, or becoming independent from the planet, I think I'm gonna have to go with the third, supremacy. Supremacy seems like the more valid object, since we had to GTFO. We had to GTFO off. No. We had to GTFO Earth. Get the fuck off Earth. In the first place. So, bending ourselves to become more like the planet is a terrible, terrible idea. It's, in my opinion. And the Puritans bending the planet to be more like Earth. That seems, in my opinion, that seems like it's more trouble than it's worth. In my opinion. Like, why try to make this planet more like Earth when you could just accept the fact that this planet is different and move on and do more important things, like colonizing and establishing farms and stuff like that. Just seems like more trouble than it's worth. But yeah. Trying to think of anything else. Oh, we met someone.
Bienvenue. Je suis Napoléon, de France. Le militaire le plus intelligent de l'histoire mondiale.
This brings up another interesting thing that I talked about a little bit, but how much will our countries on Earth affect the various civilizations on the planet? Will it differ by ideologies, by religion, by race? I don't want to be racist, but that's definitely a possibility. Will it differ?
Thou shalt not muzzle the ox when he treadeth out the corn.
Right, and then how science and culture is going to work is also another very interesting thing. And faith, we haven't talked about, like, Wait, no, that's essentially religion. Never mind. But how culture and science is going to work, and the economy too. It's all going to be different, or it could be all the same, or it could be all well. Well, the currency is the thing. The currency remains pretty much unchanged throughout all of the different Civilization games. So we probably won't see a whole lot of difference when it comes to that, but with culture we could see any amount of difference. We could, with, like here, we've got social qualities. Will tradition, liberty, honor, or piety still matter on an alien planet, unknown to anything that human beings have seen before? Or something like that, I don't know. But what? And science. I imagine there will. Alright, we've seen the tech tree. And,
Aisha Chukanchi. Nyukamikani pachakutik.
oh hey,
Inka kunapagapak.
I was you last game, wasn't I? Yeah. Anyways, so we've already seen the tech tree, and it's going to be sort of like more of a tech web rather than a tree. It goes off in different directions, and we've also seen something that we haven't really seen in the world of civilization science before, and that's like branch. They call it like branches and leaf branch technologies and leaf technologies. Or basically, if I understand it correctly, you research one thing, and then you can build on that research if you so choose. Or you could move on to a whole different type of research and build on that. It all depends on your style of gameplay. And how? Let's speak as if we were from the position of the people living in the towns of these cities on this new alien planet. How will this happiness is as much a dynamic of the game as anything else. Will Puritan affinities have unhappiness if they're in the event that their environment is not Earth-like enough for them? Will there be happiness from harmony races the more aliens there are around? I know happiness is a fairly small dynamic, but still, happiness is necessary to keep your cities growing, like it says right there. Unhappiness and happiness are still a measure, and trying to think of more clever things to say that will keep you interested. Like, I don't know, really. But luxury resources? That's something that I didn't really think about. How luxury resources? Will there still be gold there? Will gold become even more valuable since small amounts of it have been transported from Earth? Or will we find completely new luxuries? Like maybe Iskandronite, or so I don't know. I don't know. I really just don't know. That's the thing. We're gonna have to wait and see. Oh, that's something that I really didn't think about. Obviously, like while we're talking about resources, we've got will there... One thing that there kind of is in Civilization, but not really, is an ecology dynamic. Like, we all know when we use nukes, it damages the area around that. But, will there be more of that? Like, will we have to try not to disturb the ecology of the planet in order for successful continued living? Or will it just remain mostly unchanged, like in most Civ games? And now we'll have a whole new selection of ores and food. What are animals? That's part of what I was talking about. Ecology dynamic. Will they expand on the Earth ecology, or will it be something completely new? Like we heard giant bugs, like cows, like in Futurama. Or will there be some kind of four-eyed monstrosity that is a delicacy on the new planet, used as a luxury resource? Yeah, I've been looking around and neglecting to click next turn, but this really isn't... I'm just using my gameplay as Civ 5 as an example. I mean, besides, I can't edit enough to do, like, slideshows or anything while I'm saying this. Plus, it's just easier to record. Anyways. But yeah, what do you think will be new in the new Civilization game? Personally, I'm excited. There has not been a bad Civilization game as of yet, in my opinion. And I have no doubt this one will be every bit as good. Yeah, so this is my opinion on the new Civilization game coming out. What I think it's going to be like, what they might add, what the new dynamics there might be. What do you think? If anyone actually watches this video, leave your responses in the comments section down below, and I'll check them out and get back to you. But I hope you enjoyed. Leave a like if you liked it, subscribe if you really liked it, and I'll see you all next time. Goodbye.